Didn't go live. I was talking and I didn't go live. I didn't press the button. Okay, so welcome back to another Beard Invades pre-URL. So this week I've got Terry from tjturning. How you doing, mate?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
So Terry, you're currently on 70-odd subscribers. I really want to get you to the 100 subscribers tonight. We've got about 30-odd people waiting. So I'm sure if the guys in the chat share this out, we'll get you there. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Right. Before we get into it, though, I'm just going to say to the guys in the chat, welcome. I've noticed a few new faces there, so welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it. If you've got a question for Terry, we'll chuck them at him as we're going along. Just stick a capital Q before your question. I will do my best to find them as we're going along. Sometimes they slip through. But if I don't see it, just chuck it in again. Copy and paste it and keep putting it in there. So, Terry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through and just to shout out the people that are watching, and then we'll crack on. Yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Cool. So, Tim's How to Make, Douglas Mungham, Spinning Wood Dodger, you're new, Richard Fallon.
Chris Pelton, I think.
Is
Pelton,
it?
that is. Yeah.
Cool. Mike, you retired Ilminster. Okay. We got Gav, Andy Heath, Colin Izzard. I'm not very quick at this bit, although I have got my glasses on today, so it's easier. Brickhouse Craftworks. Did I say Douglas Mungham? Might not.
You did.
Okay. Mole Valley Maker.
Dave.
Barry Chitty. Steve Jobbins. Brian at Heartwood Turning. Circular Wood by Keith.
Keith.
Pete Twisted Trees. We were just talking about you, Pete. Hope your ears were burning. The Klondike Craftsman. Oh God, there's loads.
More than
Wayne the Woodturner. Wayne the Woodturner. I really appreciate you. Give me a shout earlier on, Wayne. And your piece turned out beautiful. Wood Wizardry by Colin. Colin's usually at the top. Tommy's Workshop. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Midnight Joker. See, this is where you could be helping me out, but you can't see it all, can you?
Yeah. All I can see is your pretty face.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. My dad, Colin Bennett's in. Robert Dolman. Chris of the Dragons. How you doing, Chris? Emma, Mom Dragon TT. How you doing, Emma? Keith Wright. IDR Woodton. There's loads. I'm really sorry, guys, but I'll be here all night. The Pole Barn Productions, Pete Dolman. I think that's about it. Right. So
I do.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody, anyway.
Yes, welcome. I really appreciate you coming and giving Terry your support. Remember, please share this out. Let's get him to 100. It's on 70 odd. Shall we have a little look at your channel before we start? Okay. Kidoki. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Okay, so you're currently on 75 subscribers. Let's just do a refresh on that, see if it goes up at all. 77, excellent. You've got 7 videos, all wood turning. What did you do? 3 lives? Did you? I think you did 3 lives recently.
Yeah,
didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Yeah, I did a couple of lives just to try the new lathe out.
Yeah. Well, we'll get on to that.
And to try the system out.
Yeah. As you can see, there's Terry's old lathe and there's Terry's new lathe. But he's going to tell you about that in a bit. So 77 subscribers. So that's only 23 away from the 100. Come on, guys. Right. Let's go back and start the ball rolling. Okay, so Terry, thanks for coming on, mate. So what got you into wood turning in the first place? What made you jump into this rabbit hole of a hobby?
Well, I mean, take it from the very beginning. I learned it at school. I was we had a wood lathe, or a couple of wood lathes. The school I went to when I was 13, 14, 15, whatever, and I wasn't any good at sports because I had poor eyesight, and the teacher said, "You can't play sports, lad. You'll kill yourself. So, what do you want to do instead of doing sports?" So I said, "Well, that would be good. I'll go into the carpentry workshop, play with the lathes, and learn carpentry." So I did that, and then other things took over. You probably don't want to hear my life story, but I could tell it quick enough. But I was going to be a carpenter. I loved that, got all the exams I needed in school. Then I took a dockyard exam to go in as the carpenter. I went in. I was sitting there with my father with 300 people waiting to get their key to whichever locker they were going to be, carpenter or whatever. My brother said to me, "Why don't you be an electrician? There's more money." Being a young 16, I thought, money's money. So I said to the chap when I was called up, "I want to be an electrician." He said, "No, you can't. They're all gone, boy. Here's your trade," he said, "and give me this key." And off I went. Turns out I had to be an engineer.
I was trying. Oh, what we do. Okay. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I can't. Can't hear you now. Nope. Still muted.
So
that's better.
To have malfunctions. Yeah. Well, you were talking about this yesterday, and I was trying to picture.
Yeah.
So, is this like a place where you go to dockyards where they chose or you chose what trade that you wanted to go into?
Yeah. Well, when you're 16, you can either take A levels and go on. In my day, you didn't have A levels, but I mean, just about GCSEs, GCEs or whatever they're called. And you took the dockyard exam if you wanted to go in as an apprentice.
Oh, okay.
And everybody who wanted to be an apprentice took that exam, and if you passed it, you got invited in. And depending on what level you passed, your name was called out. You all went in this big, huge hall in the dockyard.
Yeah.
And your name was called out, and you went up to the desk, and they said, "Oh, Terry Bray, fine, tick, right, pick a trade," because they had all the trades, from electricians down to anything you wanted, really, painters, decorators, the lot.
Oh, brilliant.
And I thought I'd be a carpenter, and that's what I want to do. And this chap gave me this, and I thought, he said, engine fitter, and turner. He said, and I thought, Turner, that's stuck in my mind, Turner, that'd be great, I'm going to do some turning. Of course, I got there. It was bloody metal turning when it wasn't carpentry at all. So, but that's by the by. I did my 5-year apprenticeship, and then I left there and took a job then working for the AA. So totally different. Fixing cars on the road for 30 years. That was it. And then when I finished that, that's what got into it. Because during that time, I reached the 20-year mark. I'd already bought a small lathe, a little record lathe, tiny one. And I had that during my time. Moved up to this premises, to this address. And 20 years later, they said to me, "You get £500 for being with us for 20 years. You can choose a gold watch or something, have something nice." I said, "Right, fine, thanks. Yeah, I'll have a bandsaw." So they bought me a bandsaw, Kitty bandsaw. I like Kitty. At that time, Kitty was pretty good machines. I still got it now. It's over there. And I bought the bandsaw, and then I think it's been 1994. I bought the Poolward lathe off somebody that was giving up. Huge, great beast that is, but I thought, it was quite expensive at the time, but I thought, well, I'll get it anyway.
A monster.
And that's it. So I've been turning since 1985, about 86.
That's great. That's great.
Just for hobby, Then when I started, I left the AA when I was 51, took early retirement. I had the chance to do that, and started my own business, property maintenance, and built a carpentry workshop up, and ended up making doors and windows and the like, and Victorian windows and bespoke stuff that you can't buy in B&Q, basically.
Yeah. The good stuff.
I had a friend who had a big carpentry joinery shop, and any turning he wanted doing, spindles and things, could I do that? So, you know, I used to do that for him. So,
brilliant.
So that's how I started, really. Well,
Cool.
sorry, that's how I ended up.
Yeah.
I started,
So you are quite new to YouTube. What, a month is it?
Yeah.
3 weeks to 4 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, got to be a couple of months at the most. I've watched it a while, you know. I've watched it for quite a while, but
So
never thought of coming on here, you know, and never thought of broadcasting. You know, I'm not Well, I know I understand computers, but I'm not a programmer. You know.
Well, this leads to my next question: why YouTube? What?
Well, I was sitting at home one day and I was watching The Word Wizard, you know, Wayne, and my son walked in. He's about 38 now. He lives with us, but he came home, and he's a technical genius. And he said that he works in computers, you know, computers. And he said, "Oh, that's good, Dad. What's that chap doing there? A bit like you." I said, "No, he's not a bit like me. He's a lot better than me." He said, "He's quite good." He said, "Where's that on?" I said, "That's on YouTube." Oh, he said, "You should do that." I said, "No, I can't do that. I haven't even got a computer out there." So he said, "No, you should." And in the house, I've got a nice Mac computer, which I use, you know, which I use for my business and all the rest of it when I was trading. And I said, "That's okay. We'll take my computer out, put it in the workshop. You can set it up and I'll go on YouTube." He said, "Not bloody likely." He said, "You can't do that. You're not taking that. You know, it's a very valuable bit of kit." He said, "You're not taking that out. We'll get you another one." So he got me a little Mac Mini, you know, a couple £100, little tiny screen for 20 quid, and 2 webcams. There I am. So
brilliant.
I thought I'll have a go. And Dale from Maple Tree Studio said, "Don't buy anything expensive, you know, camera wise." He said, you know, you might not like it. So I didn't. I bought £18 each, these cameras. They look all right, do they?
Yeah, look fine. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, Dale is the man to listen to. Okay, so what do you want to get out of YouTube? I know it's early days. You know, what ideally?
I don't know really. I think just a bit of fun. I mean, you never stop learning. You know, every time I watch somebody different, they do something different. I think, "Oh, I'll try that." I mean, you know, yes, I can turn, but it's nice to be able to think, I've never used that bit of equipment before. Perhaps I'll have a go at that, you know, and just learn from others. I don't suppose I can teach anybody anything. There's too many videos on there that are good or better than mine to teach people. So I wouldn't be doing a Wayne or Mike Walsh standing there saying, "This is how you do that and this is how you do this." I mean, each to their own, really, you know.
Unfortunately, there are a few out there that do it totally wrong and dangerous. So.
Well, in my opinion as well. So, you know.
Yeah.
But then it's their workshop. If they want to fly something around the room, that's up to them.
Yeah.
But
I've had a few things come off my lathe.
Yeah.
So,
we all get things come off, but you know,
See, usually I've got JP from JP Woodwork waiting there, ready to catch it.
That's fine.
Things only come off my lathe when he's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all right. I've got 2 sets of questions here. One for the main invasion show and the one for the.
You can tell me what you can ask me whatever, but whether I can answer them, I don't know.
Okay, so is there anyone that inspires you when you go out there, or you know, you think, right, I'm going to go down to the workshop, I'm going to make this. Is there anyone that inspires you? I know you watch a lot of YouTube because you're retired and all that, but who inspires you? If anybody.
Lots.
Okay.
I mean, Andy Phillips good. I'll see some of the things he does. There's another chap, I can't remember his name now. Lives in Scotland. But he built this big donut on top of a donut, whatever, and it was absolutely brilliant. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I mean, Wayne inspires me by just how fast he does it all. You know, I think he puts all his weight behind it, I suppose, and some of us don't put it on there. Sorry about that plug, Wayne, but there you are. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I haven't given up on YouTube, just because, you know, I thought I'll give it a try anyway. But I got to mention this: when I used to watch all the lives as well as the ordinary videos, and I never typed in for a while. You know, I'm not going to type in. I'll just watch chat go by, etc.
Yeah.
And I thought one day I'm just going to type in. So I just typed in at that time Terry Bray, because I didn't have my son said you should put something in turning up there, make it good. Anyway, we shared my YouTube channel, so the family used it as well, so he said you should have your own little channel for your wood turning, and then the others can use the other bit. So I thought I'll type my name in. So I typed my name in. Immediately, as fast as Mark can be, he said, we got a new name here. Terry, never heard of that one. Told Wayne. Wayne said welcome. They both said welcome. Everybody else started typing saying hi, Terry. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I thought, well, that's a group I wouldn't mind joining.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's just brilliant. So now I look forward to it. I look forward to it. I think we've all got to talk today.
Yeah.
The only person I haven't seen for quite a while, who we used to come in and live, the Dutch Turner, Mike. The Dutch Turner. I don't know what's happened to him. Yeah. He hasn't been on for like a month or two. Hope he's all right.
Yeah. Sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. Yeah, but he was there regular. He was like a Colin.
Yeah. It's like what I say on all of these invasions that and it always comes up the community side of.
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, I thought, well, to be welcomed like that by somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, Wayne was turning, so he just said hi, welcome, and carried on. But Mark, I'll give the man his due, spot on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I thought, and everybody else chipped in then, hi, Terry. I thought, well, nobody knows me, and yet I've been watching for all this time. I knew all the names, I knew all their titles. And there they were. I thought, well, I've got to join this group, Even if it doesn't mean anything to them, it certainly meant something to me. So,
Yeah, and you can tune in.
Yeah, I'm nearly 70.
Tune in on a regular. There's regular shows every day. There's a show on. And if you've got time,
right. Yeah.
We've got a few.
I don't say I'll be doing regular shows. I don't. I might do a pop up now and again. I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll be on.
Yeah, cool. We got a few comments in the chat. So Ian in the shed and Mark, the gentleman who will turn around, he says Dutch's lathe is broke. That's why you haven't seen turn. Mike retired Ilminster. He said, yeah, indeed, it's a great community.
Yeah.
Mole Valley Makers in. Andy AH Bespokes in. He says Uncle Terry. Right. So we've got a question from Steve Jobbins. If I do it this way, go on there. Right, Steve Jobbins, where are you? No, I'm not going to do it that way because I can't actually see what I'm doing. What's the? Oh, right. Okay. So, question. Hi, Terry. What is the points gap distance on a Ford Escort 1.1 1969? A 1.1.
Stephen, if you still got one of those, you shouldn't have it. But it's between 21 and 25 mil.
Cool. See, put him in his place. Right.
And I'll fit in tens of thousands of those.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's carry on. Okay. So, where are we? So, how much time do you spend on your average week? How much time do you spend in your workshop?
Ooh. Well, I mean, when I was working for a job, it was 8 hours a day, or maybe more, 12 hours a day. But now, I suppose 3 or 4 hours. Not every day, obviously,
Yeah.
The winter, I won't spend so much time in here, but sometimes I've been here all day. My wife's come in saying, "You coming in for tea?" What time is it? It's like 8 o'clock. We have tea at 6 normally. 6 o'clock to 7 because she's a nurse. She works pretty hard, and she gets home at 5:30, 5:45, and normally I make tea. I'm retired to get it all ready for her, and she's come in and said, "I've had to do. Are you coming in?" And I've got a clock on the wall here. It's about this diameter. Forget to look at it. I'm away. That's it, really.
Is your wife NHS? Do you work for the NHS?
She used to. She now works for the Nuffield. Now she works. She's in the endoscopy department.
Oh, okay,
Cameras
cool.
down the throats in other directions.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But she worked in the hospital, and then she went out on the district for 14 years. District nursing for 14 years, and then she's back in there now. Does 3 days a week now, because she retired when I retired. I had 3 art stents fitted about 3 years ago. So the doctor said I've got to give up my job, which I was. So I gave that up, and she retired with me.
Okay.
And then they rung her up, Nuffield rung her up and said, "We need somebody, and we know you. Get your backside up here." So she's gone back to work now. Can stick it, being away. That's right.
So we got a question from Emma, Mum of Dragon. She wants to know what lathe you have got at the moment.
At the moment, I got the Axminster 508.
Like the big boy.
I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, the big one.
Okay. My dad, Colin Bennett, says if you're like me, the time goes, you don't realise it.
Once I retired, it was, where's the time gone?
Yeah. So shall we have a little tour of your shop? And
Absolutely.
We don't usually do this on the pre-URL, but I gave Terry the option. He says, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, it's fine. I am going to have to take this webcam, because obviously I'm, like I say, I haven't got this. I'm not like Walt with one of these camcorders, so I'll take that one off. But I've got it on a 3.5 meter lead, so won't be a problem. Right.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Well, there's the station, as you can see.
Cool.
That's the setup that I've, and there's the clock, so I can't really miss the time, can I? Okay, we'll start over here, shall we? So, grinding, you can see that. That's the original one.
Yeah.
There's the Axminster extension bed that comes with the lathe.
Yeah.
Under there are lots of tools left over from days gone by, etc. In there is all my power tools. Junk. Up here we got all my carpentry tools. Some left over, some always gaining new ones, aren't you?
Yeah.
Of things. And then air guns and nail guns and the like all the way along there, etc. There's the bed for the table saw. That actually is it's a sliding bed for going around, doing panels. Then we got my current sharpening station. I mean, I know people say the Ultimate Edge is good, but the Pro Edge is good. This is like the Pro Edge, basically. This is the Axminster's Ultimate Edge. And one good thing about this one, which I looked at both, I know it's a bit more expensive, but hey, I could afford it at the time. So it does go backwards, forwards, and variable speed. So you can slow it down or speed it up to take extra stuff off. And it fits all the Tormek jigs, which is pretty good. You got the Tormek jig there, for gouges and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Then we got drawers full of, I don't know, rubbish, jaws and felts and everything else. There's the old pullward lathe I had at the moment in the box. There's the headstock. You can see the headstock. Just look at the size of my hand to it.
This is the one that you was telling me is going to be for sale shortly. Is that right?
Yeah, probably. Well, I'll sell it. Yeah, I was going to put it up now too, but it'd be pretty different, really. So there's the headstock. There's the bars for it, as you can see against the wall.
Oh yeah.
They're 6 foot long, I suppose. There's the present from my ex-company, a kitty bandsaw. It's got an 8-inch cut with a 12-inch width, so that's all right. Then we got the Kitty 619 table saw, which is at the moment not set up because I had to move it out the way to get the new lathe in the other day. When Axminster came along, they would come down the drive with it, and we had to move this, so I'll put it all back to normal quite soon. And then there is my air system, Extraction, which is Axminster again. Well, I've had that one for years, mine. I'll probably upgrade it at some point. Mortising machine, among other things. So I got a little mortiser there, Axminster mortiser. The capacitor went on it, so I had to put a new capacitor on it, but they couldn't send me, because I've had it so long, they couldn't send me the right capacitor to go inside, so I bought one and put it on outside, because I like a bit of electronics as well. More rubbish and finishes and rest of it in the corner. Junk up there. Well, a couple of chainsaws hidden up in there. Drill press. I got that one the same time as I got the lathe, actually, the Poolward lathe. That was so with it, which is pretty good. That is remnants, so I can't really show you what's behind that, but basically there's not too much. That's the remnants of the Axminster packaging.
Oh, right.
This is the lathe. This is the lathe bed from the Poolward lathe, as you can see.
Yeah.
So that's
huge.
Obviously, that'll go with it, you know. Then we got a spindle motor there, which I don't use very much now, to be honest. No, I'm not manufacturing things properly. I say properly, but as a living, you know. And then I got the planer thicknesser there, which has got chops on it. I say it all had to be moved over right away, so I could get the other lathe in. And that's about it, really. Oops, except for that, got the new, not even switched on. There you are. Excuse me, that's the new 508.
God, it's lovely, isn't it?
There we are. Basically.
So that's it's the does everything. I mean, variable speed and all that.
Yeah, variable speed. Yeah.
What
it's got,
size?
It's got a 3 horsepower motor on it.
Yeah.
So it's a huge motor. You can put the extension bed they supply with it here to bring it out this way.
Right.
Then you can slide the headstock along and turn it, so you get about 3-inch extra, 2-inch extra depth. Or I can put it on either end and drop it down on the legs to turn up to 900 mil, so nearly a meter in it, really. 4 inches short of a meter. Good turn, yeah. This is a piece I was working on the other day. I did it live on this.
Yeah, it's beautiful, that is.
I did it live on it, but since I took it off a lathe, it's moved a bit, and the tendon was quite rotten on the back, so I've put a mortise in there now and finished this side of it.
Yeah.
And the inside, I'm going to, the inside of it, there it is. That's how it finished last time. So I'm going to do the inside as a live, because I said to the ones that are watching, I will do it as a live. So, and then a few lathe tools there. And you know, the obvious rubbish that goes with. I'm not one of these tidy people. That goes
neither am I.
Well, you know. So yeah, that's it. Sanding stuff up there and everywhere. Bits, pieces, timber. Not too much here. I've got some leftover bits, and there's some in there.
Yeah.
And there's a nice piece of. This is a piece of yew. Excuse me a minute. I'll probably have to put the camera down for this, but 1 second. I've got to show you this.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece of yew.
That's lovely.
I put a circle in there, thinking I'll probably turn a bowl out of it. So it's 4 inches thick, maybe 5. Yeah, so I've had that now. That piece. When I was working for the AA, they had a college in Nottingham where they trained us all, you know.
Yeah.
And I went up to the college for a training course, and they were cutting down the yew trees. Must have been 25 years ago. Yeah. And there was this big circle, big round. And mate, he just cut the tree down. I said, "Oh, can I have that one?" I couldn't take it anymore. I only had a little car. He said, "Yeah, take it." So I took it, and then there's another part of it there. Oh, you see that? There's the other part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's about 6 or 8 inches thick, 6 inches thick. So anyway, I'll put the camera back now. So Matey was saying to me, "Yeah, help yourself, boy." So I could only get that one into. The two of them helped me get it into the car. and or in the van actually. It's in the van. I came home with it, and I didn't have a chainsaw at the time, so I said to a friend of mine, "Any chance you can slice this down?" He was an arborist. He knew what to do, He said, "I'll cut it down. I'll cut that piece out of the pith." He said, "I'll get rid of that, and you can have both pieces. You only get two out of it." So and I've had these now 22 years. So they should be dry. They've been in my garage for 22 years, all ready to turn. So one day I'll do one of those as well.
Well, it looks like everyone's looking forward to you turning them. Well, thanks for that. That's a nice area you've got. What kind of?
It's 22 feet by 16. So.
Okay, that's a nice size. Yeah.
It was a single garage when I moved up here, but the house was built in 1933. You can't get anything down the drive because it's a bit narrow. It's that Ford Model T size coming down. So. So I said to the wife, I'll turn when I started my own business, I'll turn to workshop. So I extended the garage both ways. Yeah. Put an extension on the back of the house for the kitchen, and she was happy with that. And that was my excuse to extend this one to make it so that I could have both.
Yeah.
You got to do one thing to get the other, you see.
Brilliant. Yeah. So we've got 58 people watching. So thank you.
Oh well, thank you very much, everybody. For coming in.
40 of which like what they see. We do have a couple of questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the way up. So Tim's how to make has got a question. What do you use as dust collection?
I just use the Axminster, so I think it's a 1 kilowatt motor, and I built my own made sort of a homemade blast gate thing for all the 4 machines, and and I've got one long one over to the lathe, which I have actually need to make a thing now to go, because I've changed the lathe. The other bed, I had it screws to the bed aiming the right way. Now I've got to make a stand or bolt it to the wall or something. That's that thing. Yeah. So basically that, and I use the APF 10 from Axminster on my face. Normally, if I'm turning, I'll put that on. It's only for dust.
Yeah. So Rob CP wood turner. What type of turning does Terry prefer to do?
I don't think I've got a preference, to be honest. I love it all. I love turning spindles and I love turning bowls. I've yet to turn a big bowl. I mean big. I've got a piece of cypress over there which is 3.5 feet long, 3 inches thick, and 2.5 feet across, which was given to me when I bought that lathe. It came with it. He said, "You just want to take that as well," because he was cutting them up, making candlesticks out of them. I said, "Oh, I'll do that." It's been there ever since. So I might now turn this head and have a nice big platter or something. Cool. 25-inch platter. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But listening to Pete Twisted Trees the other day, when he put these on to make his big bowl, or big platter, he said he was like 4 hours going at 100 reps or 150 reps. So I don't know whether I'll do that yet.
It's like.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. So I'll see how I get on with that.
But okay, Barry's Wood Creations. Hi, Terry. Do you have a favourite timber you like to turn, and where do you get your timber from?
Anywhere I get my timber from, to be honest. I love yew. I mean, yew is probably my favourite. But this here is a piece of spalted beech. This other one, and I love spalted beech. There was at the back of me, I got fields and woods and things, and there's a tree surgeon came in. He had to cut down quite a bit of it, and he said, and I said to him, "Can I have some pieces?" So he's dropped some over, and things. I put them in the garden. I mean, I've got a shed down the bottom full of it, and I put them in the garden and let them go for 3 months, and they spout up,
Oh, right. Okay.
And that's the other piece to the pieces on the lathe at the moment. I love the, but then I don't mind any wood really. I've got 5.5, 6 meter lengths of mahogany here, 1.5 inches thick, and some 6-inch square up there. But I'll just turn anything really. Bit of fun. I'll give it all away. Normally I don't sell it. I don't sell it. I've sold a couple of bowls where somebody said, "Can you make me one?" And I want out of this or that, and I said, "Well, yeah, you buy the timber, and I'll do it for a tenner or whatever." Friends of mine, not. I've never been to never advertised anything, or I don't suppose
Well,
I will. Just do it for
funny
fun,
enough,
you know.
that was my next question. So
Right.
we'll take a question out of the chat. So Andy from AHP spoke. Where's your Dremel?
Andy.
Lol.
Oh, where's my Dremel?
Yeah.
Hang on.
See, there you go. He has got one, Andy.
It's just knowing where it is, Andy. You see that? It's not a Dremel, it's actually the Axminster one. But, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Does the same job, and it's got carving unit on as well up there. The carving unit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and the tools. So,
yeah.
Yes, Andy, I got it, and I do use it. I do like that sort of thing as well. That's why I came in to watch your live the other day, because I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, another question. Chris of the Dragons. Is there a method to how you spolt, or do you just leave it out?
The thing with spalting is if you leave it too long, it's gone, and if you don't get it right, if you leave it too little, you know, then you've left it in the gun. I always say, check it after 2 or 3 months, and you can see it starting to go. I'll put it on soil. I don't put it on concrete or anything. On the soil. Yeah. Let the microbes walk up in between it. It's the mycelium. The mycelium of the soil is what this is. It's mycelium, and it's across the whole world. You know, I mean, it's underneath the surface of the earth. And if you put it on the soil, the mycelium starts to grow through it. Depending on what time of year, obviously summer's better. And I just leave it on the soil. And if I want it really spoiled, I'll turn it over after 2 months. Wait, you know, and then just waste one piece checking it. You know, take a slice off. And you think it's not quite right yet, and then you know, and then when you think you've got it right, bring it in, dry, you know, and let it dry for 3 or 4 months, and then off you go again. Then turn it, you know.
Yeah, this is the thing with spalting. I mean, with wood, you know, the fibers in the wood are like straws, aren't they?
That's it. And the mycelium go up between it, and it's just you know, some of the patterns you get is unbelievable. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so we don't need to ask you that question about do you sell. So camera equipment. I mean, I know we talked about this, and it's something that you're still unsure of.
It's only that I didn't want to go out and pay a couple £100 a camera and then find I got the same thing here. You know, I mean, I'll say Dale. You know, when I first went on, and I said to him, "What camera equipment have you got?" You know.
Yeah.
And he said, still give his due, he knows his stuff. And he said, my camera equipment, you need this, that, and the other with it. It's not standard camera stuff. Yeah. Just go and buy a couple of cheap webcams. Yeah. If you don't like what you're doing, you can put them back on YouTube for a tenner, or eBay for a tenner, or just give them away, or throw them away, whatever. So, so I just bought 2 cheap ones. It seems pretty good. I think, to be honest, to be honest, if I may say, it's not the camera. It's the connection you've got. You know, I say my boy's a computer wizard here, and he's hardwired this workshop up with Cat 6 or Cat 5 cables. Cat 5, and I got 500 gigs of internet coming in and out. You know, so it's really, really good. Yeah. And
the other thing with, you know, you can get these cheap cameras, and some of them are really good. I mean, I've got them recently, but they are only as good as the light that you give them.
That's right. I'm not sure if this light is good for me, but obviously it's good for the lathe, because that's where we set the lights up for the lathe, you know. But I mean, the ambient lighting is just ordinary, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot, really. You can get it quite easy.
But I probably, if I do it seriously, you know, I say proper videos, but if I do videos that I want to put up regular, then I'll get some decent lighting.
We've got lots of questions. If you don't mind answering, we'll carry on.
Nearly 70. That'll answer most of them.
Ian in the shed, actually, he wants to know, have you found any advantage to using the Axminster Ultimate Edge over the Pro Edge?
Well, I've never used the Pro Edge, but a Pro Edge goes towards the cutter, doesn't it? If I remember rightly. It does. If you're looking at it end on, doesn't it go anti-clockwise?
The Pro Edge.
Yeah, the Pro Edge. Whereas I always cut my tools with the belt going away from the cutter.
Oh, okay. So you don't have a burr on it that way, or?
Yeah, you get a burr. The burr rolls up over it. You see,
Rope.
burr does
Oh,
roll up over, and you can. And the ultimate edge is, I mean, it is. I don't know what it was, 400 and something pounds. So it's quite expensive, but you can turn it down to 10 revs a minute if you want, or turn it up to 400. So if you want to take off, if you want, most people say, oh, well, you should use it for sharpening, just sharpening and all the rest of it. But if you want to take off any material, you got to use a grindstone. That's fair enough. And I could use a 80 grit belt on there with the tool going away, with the belt going away from the tool, and I could run down through a bowl gouge and next to nothing. It'll really rip it off. And of course, if you get a dig in, you don't get a dig in when it's going away from you. If you dig it in accidentally,
yeah, all right,
belt's gone. You rip the belt to pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
And I like to be able to turn the knob and slow it down and speed it up.
Yeah. So, Make Essential 2021. Should we expect to see you there?
I told my wife I won't when we going. So yeah. I did say to her.
Excellent.
She said, "Well, I don't know if I want to go to that." I said, "I wasn't asking you, dear." But if you want to come, you can.
Yeah.
She did do a deal. She said, "Well, I'd like to go to the Ideal Homes exhibition." And we've been there like 4 times. So I said, "Right, well, we go to Make Essential first, and then we'll see if you want to go to the other one afterwards."
Well, make sure you come and find me, because I'll meet you. So many people I'll totally forget. So you're probably in the catchment area for Yandles as well, the Yandles show. Have you ever been there? Or
no, I haven't.
No, that would be a good one for you to go to next year as well. I know you're. That's in Martock. So it's kind of.
No.
Yeah, it's that way. It's that way.
It's up that way, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not worried about doing distance. I mean, my daughter lives in Lincoln. We go up there every night, once every other month. So
yeah. But yeah,
we don't know, but not during lockdown. But we usually go up every other month. We're up there, So
yeah,
no problem with driving up.
Yeah, Somerset. It's in Somerset actually.
Somerset, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing a day trip there to a National Trust. That's easy. That's what we normally do. Where do you want to go today? Let's go to Paris Castle in Wales. Okay, dear. And off we go. North Wales.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so just we're nearly at the end. Other platform. Yeah. So you've got a Instagram.
Yes.
That people can go over and follow.
Yeah. tjturning.
Yeah, and Facebook, tjturning.
Again.
Well.
Yeah.
So, I'll leave those links to those in the description to this video as well, so people can come over and check you out on there. Okay, so shout out. Do you have a shout out you want to?
There is one, but I guess I'll mention Wayne and Mark for their brilliance. Bringing me into the group or the wider community. Yeah. But I got one shout out, and he's still listening. Mo Valley Maker.
Okay.
He doesn't know me. I don't know him. All right.
Right.
I think he's called Dave, but I've watched a few of his videos, and he absolutely knows, either it's built in or whether he's a teacher or whatever. He knows how to convey what he's doing.
Okay, that's good.
He gets it over brilliantly, and he explains everything better than I could do it. And I thought, well, there's a chap that's he ought to be doing he is doing the videos, but he ought to be pre-URL really. You ought to get hold of him, because
there you go.
He only had 70.
Did he? Okay. So
subscribers, so
he's blushing now.
So if it's Dave, hello Dave. I've watched your videos, and I think the way you explain it to people is brilliant. It is.
Excellent.
What you do. Excellent. So there we are.
Okay, so my shout out this week is going to be for where are you? There you go. This guy, Chris of the Dragon.
All right, yeah.
So Chris and his wife Emma, they're both wood turners. So they're not filming anything at the moment, I don't think, because they're moving house. So hopefully when they've moved house, then we're going to be invading both of them, I think. So there you go. I'll leave a link to Chris of the Dragons, Emma, Dragon, Mama, TT. I can't remember. And
long name that goes after Emma. Yeah.
and the Mole Valiant. Yeah, I'll leave all you in the bottom there. So, okay. So you've survived an invasion.
Good. An invasion. Well done.
Shall we have a little look at this, which I think you'll be a little bit surprised, hopefully. Let's pop that there and go over to this and refresh. 85 subscribers.
85.
Excellent.
Well done, team. Excellent. Thank you ever so much. I do appreciate that.
You're only 15 away, which is
15
great.
Away. That's okay. One of the reasons I want to get to 100, to get the channel URL, is you can't put anything on more than 15 minutes. And I've got a project that I did on the other lathe, which I think I can't get it done. It took me about 2.5 hours. I can't get it done any more than 25 minutes. So I've done it as a video, 25 minutes, and people. I think people will like it. What I've made. So
excellent. So you know what to do, guys. You know what to do, guys. In the chat, share this out. Bribe people, blackmail people, do whatever it takes to get people to subscribe to Terry. Oh, you're on 86 now, by the way. JP will.
Thank you very much, Trevor. That's brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay. Right then. So, thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to you, Terry, for
thank you, Richard.
For putting up with me firing a load of questions at you.
Thank all the community for coming along and showing support. I do appreciate it. Yeah, fabulous.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Richard, for all your hard work. Yeah.
No, you're welcome. I hope it helps in some way. Remember, guys, if I can help in some way by visiting your shop, get in touch on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Email at thebeardx16. So anyway, thanks, guys, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye for now.
Cheers, Terry. Bye.